Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today we have the Polar Boys. The Polar Boys are a high-energy group out of Miami, Florida, whose music is one in its own. With a mixture of indie rock to hip-hop and jazz, their sound is so unique you cannot mistake them for anyone else. These guys were so great to talk to, as probably one of the largest bands I have had to date on my podcast. They are so humble and down to earth that I was even a bigger fan after talking with them. They were in Boston during our chat, so we did have a few technical difficulties and had to use our backup download. But stick around and tough it out because you will learn a lot about them and fall even more in love with these guys just like me.
We'll say that hypothetically we have baked for 2028, treating every day like a weekend, jumping off the top of the deep end.
All right. Okay, so we have the Polar Boys, and they're all here with us. They're actually in Boston right now, and they took time out of their night to talk with me. So just go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys, and let us know who you are, what you do in the band, and what role you play.
I'm Andy. I am the rhythm guitarist singer business guy. I don't know. I'm on Josh. I play lead guitar and I help write music too.
Okay.
Alex, and I play bass and sing in the band and do a little bit of everything.
Okay. So you guys are you're out of Miami, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct for that? Okay, so you're out of Miami. How long ago did you guys get together? How did you get together? Tell me how you guys became who you are.
So I met Andy in high school. So it's been bands has been around for about 5 years now. So we've known each other for a really long time. But these guys have known each other for way longer. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that. Yeah, we've been friends. Andy and I have been friends since middle school. We actually met in a jazz band class in my 7th grade. Was that my 8th grade? It was your 8th grade. So it was my 8th grade year, and I think the first time I met Andy, I offered to have his iPod. He thought it was really good. Yeah, this this kid randomly comes up to me. He's like, the first time he's like, "Oh, I could jailbreak your iPod, but I would need to take it home with me." And I'm like, "I don't know." I thought he was a scam. And I was genuinely trying to be nice, but purely from an outside perspective, out of context, it just looks really suspicious. This kid's gonna steal my iPod. That was the first time I met Andy. Later down in the future, Andy eventually you hit up Alex, right? It was we had a mutual friend. His name's Anthony, and he was in I knew him in high school, and then Alex and one of his other friends, Nancy, were they were in a duo, so we just decided to try to make a band, and then that's where we came up with Polar Boys, and then there's been a lot of lineup changes in the beginning, and then we hit up on Brett, and then on Dress, originally didn't want to be in the band, but he was down to be a session musician until, our good negotiation skills were able to convince him to join full time, and then the rest is never here right now.
So your picture froze. I can hear you guys, but your picture froze. So,
Let me try this. That's so okay.
Okay, you're back. Okay, cool. All right, so you mentioned that's how you became Polar Boys. Where did you come up with that name?
It was a couple of things. The first, Andres and I were in a band in high school called Eskimo, and we just kind of liked the irony of it. Because obviously it's not cold and stuff, but we wanted to
no, it's not.
We wanted to keep the same kind of vibe, and then I remember when we first started the band, for our bass, the first song we wrote, and can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Why did somebody call or text?
Notification right now. Yeah, here we go. So Barbados' first song, and that was kind of, we tried to become like Beatfoot, so I feel like that also contributed to the voice in the name, and
in the beginning, like the Beach Boys were huge influence as far as like our style and like what we wanted to do. Then just like just spitballing up with different names, and then that came out of like a random session. We were like, okay, well, at first it was Polar Boys, and then we added the because it just felt right, and not just Polar Boys. But I don't know, but that's basically how it
Okay, the Eskimos to the Polar Boys.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you guys have had like really big success with your band. Like you're probably to date the most successful band I've had on my podcast, which is very exciting for me. And you guys are out in Boston now. Are you guys on a tour, or what are you doing now?
We're currently recording a song here. So we have our single that's about to come out was recorded here in Boston.
Okay.
Basically, another member of this band basically that isn't
Right now. See if you can see him. He's over here. He's working. Do you see him working?
Can you see him?
He's
He's waving. He's waving.
That's like our drummer slash engineer, producer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He is my best brother. Yeah, that's my motherfucker. Yeah. And
For real, brother? Yeah.
Yeah. He's my.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so he's for all intents and purposes a member of the band, and he lives in Boston, and so we found that there's some great studios here. Chris was studying at Berkeley. He just graduated or is graduating.
Okay.
And we had access to their studios too. So it's just been a really, honestly, and also a nice change of pace to be able to come here and record. We came earlier in the year. It was February, and it was freezing, which was
I bet.
Yeah, which was, I guess, fitting for our name. And
yeah, you guys should be used to it, right?
Yeah. So now we're here recording on the second song, and that's what we're in the process of currently.
Nice. Okay. So your songs, like, who does most of the writing, and walk me through the process of the songs, like how your songwriting process.
So I would say it's a pretty collaborative effort. I feel like, so the way it's usually done is we individually write concepts and demos, and then we'll either set that in a group chat, or we'll like bring it in, like a set, like at someone's house or whatever, and then it just becomes like, you know, we have so many demos, and then like one time, like when we're like, okay, if we want to put something out, we kind of filter through them, and then we decide like which ones we feel are the strongest, and then we just kind of like collaborate, you know, to make it what it is. So,
right.
Which is cool because, like, from our perspective, like I like, you know, looking at photography, it's like, okay, like yeah, we write it together, but we can tell, like, I'm like, oh, this is like an undressed song, this is like an Alex song, this is like a Amy song, or like an Alex and undressed song, or whatever.
Right.
Sometimes it's just like, it comes completely collaboratively too. Sometimes, like, whether we'll start from scratch and get together. Exactly, yeah. Build on it. Mm-hmm. So it really varies, but it's definitely like we're all really involved, and including Chris, and then we all just kind of make sure that everyone's heard.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you guys, and you might have said this, but a couple times you went in and out. Have you all been a part of Polar Boys since you became Polar Boys after the Eskimos? Like, have you all been a part of the band for 5 years?
Well, yeah, kind of, but not. I mean, not quite. At the beginning, Chris wasn't really part of it. Chris became part of it in like
towards like Nothing Has Changed.
Towards
when we released that song. That
after breakfast, I guess. Actually. Oh yeah, after breakfast, Chris became more involved, and then eventually, at a certain point, Chris became our permanent drummer as well. But the three of us have been in since the beginning.
That's a long run. That, like, you don't find that too often. That's awesome. Because usually it's like a revolving door, a lot of these local bands here. So that's awesome.
It's like, yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like I posted the other day, I was like, Barbados is 5 years older. And I was like, what the? Wait, next year?
It's amazing. It's like you're like a little family.
Yeah. But yeah, Barbados came out 5 years ago, and it was so weird. Like, it's so weird to think about that. It's like, holy shit, like that's like half a decade, man,
yeah. How old were you guys each when you started?
I was like 18.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like right. I was a freshman at college.
Wow.
I had 20. Yeah, I had just turned 18 when we were playing our first show, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys, like I said, you guys have had some really good success. Like, what do you feel was the time? Can you put your finger on the time where you felt there was like a turning point for you guys, where you guys were like, wow, this could actually be something?
I'm trying to think.
Probably when we started posting our own shows, and we actually had some pretty nice turnout. I would probably say it's a gradient, right? So it's like there's like you kind of sometimes don't even realize it. It's just like a little bit more every time, a little bit. That's definitely a big moment. Being able to like actually say like we're hosting the show, and it's like it's our show. Was big,
right?
Coordinating our shows. When we got to open up to a really cool band called Half Alive. That was
my daughter went to that show.
Oh, no way. Awesome.
It was, I swear to God, look, it's on my list. You guys open for Half Life. I swear to God. I already knew it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were,
that was a big, like, holy shit moment. It was like, especially, like, it's weird because we played this venue called the Beach Amp in Orlando, and, like, our first real out of Miami performance, I feel like.
Right.
Like, I just remember stepping onto the stage, and we were like, nervous. Nobody knows who you are, and it was like that was like just the crowd of the giant scene, and we were like, holy shit. And that was like, I think that as well as like probably, I don't know, yeah, I going off what Alex said, it's kind of just like you don't really realize it sometimes, or it's just like little things happen, and you're like, oh, cool, like people, I don't know who we are. It's kind of sweet. I think
no, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
When someone we've gotten messages about like sometimes like someone will send us a message saying like oh, the song has really affected us. I've been listening to the song for 2 years and it has like a big place in our lives, and so that to us is also like a big like this, because sometimes like we're so in our own bubble almost that you don't really realize it. Like it's just like we obsess over this song. We spent 3 months working on it. We're almost like ear deaf to it by the time we put it out, and then we put it out, and then we're just like, okay, it's out. But sometimes seeing, at least to me, and seeing that feedback too, it kind of makes it more real, makes it feel like, okay, we've done something with this. And
that's awesome. And that triggered a question in my head. I'm so upset. All right, so you guys opened for Half Alive. I thought it was super cool when Super Gold opened for Drake Bell, but that tops that. The opening for Half Alive totally tops it. But that's what it was. Do you guys have a manager, or did you guys get that yourself?
So actually, going back to the Half Alive thing, this is a really funny story. So his name is, we call him Schwai. That's like his nickname. He's our man. Yeah, he's our man. He hit us up maybe like a couple weeks after the Half Live show, and he's like, hey, like, you guys are dope, would love to like meet you guys and just like, chat, whatever. So we're like, okay, yeah, whatever. And he's like, oh, for real, you guys down? We're like, yeah. It's all through Instagram, and like DM'd us, like, okay, like Tuesday, you're free? We're like, yeah. And he just sent us a photo of him, like he purchased like tickets to Los Angeles to Miami, and we're like, whoa, like what the hell? Like, and at first I thought this guy was like, I was super hesitant. Like, yeah, this guy, like, that's another thing too. Like, in the beginning, I feel like you deal with a lot of like sketchy kind of people. So like, I was like kind of hesitant, and we kind of dealt with our bad batch of like weird people that try to take advantage of you and stuff. So I was like, okay, you come, we meet somewhere. I think we try to meet at Panther Coffee. It was closed. We meet him, and he's like, yeah, I'm here for 1 day. Like, not even 1 day. He flew in. Was gonna talk to us for a few hours and had a flight that's like go back to Los Angeles. We talked to him, he was cool, and then we kind of just like kicked it off from there. It's been like almost 2 years, I think.
So you got the Half Alive gig prior to getting him though, right?
Yeah.
How did you guys do that? Like, because like if it was me, I would think in my head like, oh well, what do I need a manager for? I'm freaking getting myself to open for Half Alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. We got that. It was kind of random. It was like We have one of our best friends slash graphic designer slash band mom. Her name is Val. She was kind of acting as like her manager a little bit and would like just send like mass emails to like other bands like, hey, like we're this band from Miami. If you want to open, like let us know. And then like we sit back and they're like, yeah, like want you guys to open. So that was someone canceled last week. Was that what?
That's what my understanding was, because they hit us up. They actually contacted us
Like 3 days.
3 days before the show. We hadn't. We weren't practicing that, and it was like huge show, and it was like, okay, we have to meet every day, all the time, like cancel everything.
Yeah,
Right?
I had a final in school at the time.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it wasn't the day. It was like the day before something. So I had to be like studying and practicing at the same time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god.
Going back to the manager thing, like I think having a manager that is, in my opinion, like someone that can relate to you, someone that's like just feels like another member of the band helps in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's important that they're truly passionate
About what you're doing. And, you know, essentially,
Yeah.
like, the reason why we decided to commit to having a manager was just like the connections that we lacked. You know, like it was like someone
Yeah.
that was proven to know some people and like was able to kind of plug us and help us grow a little bit more. So
And as it grows,
Yeah.
it's an ever increasing workload, and it's hard to balance working on all the music, working on like the live set, but also working on all the business side of things.
Yeah.
Things like as simple as taxes. I think it's not simple, but all of that is a huge help. So yeah, he's another part of the Pobo fam.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's a lot. I used to do all the bookings and everything. I was like the manager for my daughter's band that she was in, and it was a lot. So I couldn't imagine being in the band and doing all of that too. It is. So no, I get it. So okay. So as far as the songs that you've written, do you guys each have like your own favorite song that you've released?
I don't know. For me, maybe like
I think it changes, right? I think right now my favorite song I would say is the song we have called Obvious. I think that's what I would say is my favorite one.
Okay.
my favorite one's the one that we're working on like right now. Like the one we're actually like in the studio for it. It's probably my favorite one. Right. But like, out right now, probably I don't know. I'm kind of basic. I like that. Like that was probably my favorite one.
I like Black Dog. This is the most weird book I have so far.
That one's cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I love the guitar solo.
Wow.
It is not to be a narcissist.
That's a typical. Yep. So no, that's how it is. You know, like that's your instrument. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you feel is, other than opening for Half Alive, what do you feel so far to date is your greatest accomplishment as a band?
When we went on our first we did some national headline stuff. Like we did our own headline in LA, New York, Chicago, and those.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was because it's one thing to pack out a show in your hometown, but it's another thing to go to a place you've never been to before, and
right.
A bunch of people pull up, and it's singing your songs and across the country was the craziest thing ever.
Right.
It's weird, but I think
Did you guys drive or did you fly? How did you do that? And how was the crowd in LA? I'm curious to see on the other side.
Okay, so for we usually you drive, but since they were so far apart and we did just 3 shows, we flew to each city.
Okay.
Some equipment, and we had our guitar and our pedal boards, we flew with those. And honestly, my opinion, I love LA, but I do feel like they were a lot more expensive. They were a lot more chill. The vibe was a lot more they were just vibing out. They weren't going crazy. And Chicago and New York were a lot more rowdy, especially New York.
Okay.
You didn't have to tell them to do anything. They were just moshing without having any sort of because in LA I felt myself having to kind of direct the crowd a little bit more. Like I was like,
right.
Yeah, they're a lot more chill. They came a little Sunday, like they were just like, I don't know, maybe like just too good.
Yeah, but that one was a really great show. Like a lot of people showed up and people were really like encouraging. Yeah.
I had a band from California on my podcast. They were called Funds for Jimmy. They were pretty cool.
Oh yeah. What was that?
Funds for Jimmy. Yeah, like funds, money, funds.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I heard, like, I had asked them about, like, the difference between, just because I wanted to compare, like, the crowds here and the crowds there, and that's kind of how I understood it from them, too, just in my own knowledge of how it is here, like, that it seems a little bit, from what they described, a little bit more chill over there compared to here. Like, let me tell you, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, but I just had a mini fest for 16 bands that I've had on my podcast. We had so much fun. It took me an entire week to recover, and I'm not even kidding. An entire week. I am 46 years old, and I can't do that shit anymore, apparently. So, but we had so much fun.
I did keep it. It looked really cool. It looked like
it was so fun.
Yeah, where'd you guys do it? Where was that?
I did it at Lauder Ale Brewery. It's in Port Everglades. I wanted to find a place that was open long enough so that each band could have at least 30 minutes to play. And because like I said, I used to schedule gigs for my kids' band, and they would like, oh yeah, you got 12 minutes to play. And I just was like, if they're going to come out, I want them to be able to get a good set in. And so I was like, all right, 30 minutes and 10 minutes in between. And I provided the back line, and everybody was like, oh, you're never going to be able to do that. And I'm like, you don't know me very well. And I did it. I did it the whole day. It was 10 minutes. I stuck to my schedule until Super Gold came on. And then they took a little bit longer. They screwed up my schedule, but it was fine. We were all good. They only took a little bit longer, but I'm just I was like, I have something to prove here, guys. But so it was good though, but it was so much fun.
It was awesome.
It was fun. Okay, so anyhow, as far as like the local scene here in Florida, you guys started in Miami. Do you have a favorite venue that you played at, or that you miss since you're not here now?
So two shows. That's not here anymore. I think it was first at the top of my head. I think it was Open Stage.
Really?
Open Stage Club? Yes, wait a second. You guys played Open Stage Club, right?
Yeah.
Wow. First ever.
Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, because I kept telling my daughter all day, I know you played a show with these guys. And I was trying to remember. I'm going to have to look and see, like, what date it was. I am paying attention.
That was summer of 2017.
It was like the summer kickoff or the back to school kickoff or something. Yes, my daughter's band had played that too. So I knew, I was like, I know the Polar Boys. I know that. So okay. So you liked that one?
I like the Ground. The Ground is my favorite venue in Miami.
Okay.
Last time it was really cool. There was a show that our friends put together at the Railroad Museum. That was like a one-off kind of like extravagant. That like a bunch of kids pulled up to this like random museum.
It's the Railroad Museum at the zoo.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a one-off. Yeah,
it was sick. They just built a stage last minute, and we got like a bunch of bands to play, and that was a great time. I think those, but definitely the Grounds. I think right now the Grounds is fun. Also, they have a really cool like little green room. Like they give you cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think
I associate Open Stage with just our first, like that Open Stage show and that summer bash was the first time that that was like, it felt like a proper show that we were fond memory of it. Like one of the first major shows we ever did, I guess.
And they're definitely closed now, which stinks because it was a nice place. So, do you have any favorite local bands here in South Florida that I would know of?
I love the Hills a lot.
We're good friends with the Hills. Yeah, they're also
the Hills.
The Hills. So it's
H-A-I-L-S. Okay.
Yeah, we did like the Florida co-headline with them.
Okay.
Very, very cool.
South Florida band.
And then, I mean,
honestly, I'm not too in with like the. I don't really know. I've seen a lot of new bands. There's a lot of new bands.
There's a lot of new bands.
The beat of a new band. That band's Fog Show Mercy is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
one performance and they were really sick. Definitely like those.
Probably Mustard Service.
Mustard Service is cool. Yeah. We did a tour with Camp Kids years ago. Those guys were like local.
We've done them for a long time.
Local legends.
Yeah.
Those guys were around the scene for. They were like when I was in high school, I was watching those guys. Like that's like how embedded they are in that scene. It's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, Mahogany. Well,
Mahogany, who's now a Boston band, but they were a Miami band.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are friends.
But yeah, there's a list of I can go on forever. The scene is down there. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it is a good scene. It's ever since COVID, ever since everybody's been able to get back to life, they're just like so excited to like go to live shows. It's the shows now are so much better than they were before COVID. It's just crazy.
You know what's crazy? I went to Still Blue. What the hell am I talking about? No, Still Blue. Yeah, Still Blue. Still Blue is definitely one of our boy Enrique. He's done some photos for us. He's like our core homie. Love that guy. Love that band. They're awesome.
Great friends of ours.
Yeah.
It's folk music and it's very like personal. Yeah, and it's very heartfelt, personal, lyrically.
Folk music, you said? I love folk music.
It's folk indie music. They're a local band, and
okay.
The lyrics, I think, are one of my favorite parts about it. It's very, very like emotionally like vulnerable lyrics that I think I highly recommend them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say you know what's pretty crazy to think about. I remember when we started playing shows, it was like if you got 40, 50 people to a show back then, like 2018, that was like a big fucking deal, dude. That was like 50 people, and now that's like the right, like that's like 50 people is like nothing down there now. It's like packed out. It's like that's like, I mean that just goes to show that it's like it's growing. It's growing. It's cool.
Yeah, it is. For my mini fest that I had, we were trying to estimate how many people. We were like, there had to have been at least 300 people there. So I was like, okay, so we got to shoot for bigger and better next time. And I had someone tell me, well, I'm thinking that maybe you should grow yourself gradually. And I'm like, but I had like 300 people. But apparently that's nothing these days, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? I know nothing.
People is a good amount of
Yeah, right? I was very proud of it for my first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so you guys, obviously, like I said, you're like one of the bigger bands that I've had on. But do you guys have a dream venue that you would just, you're shooting to play at?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. That would be awesome.
My dream venue. Honestly, if I could ever sell out the FTX or the B play, that would be like full circle for me. Like I've seen all my, or the Fillmore. If I could pack the Fillmore, that would be like, just because like I grew up going to shows there all the time. So that's like a big deal for me.
Yeah.
If it's like the Fillmore, dude, I would be like, my mom and dad would be like, holy shit, you made it, man. You're not kidding. Yeah, those two for me. It's the Miami Arena. Like that would be obviously, yeah. And then Madison Square. And I think that's like everyone, like
right.
Hard Rock Stadium. Yeah, dude. I just think like that's like that'd be great.
What's that?
Red Rock.
Red Rock. That's
Red Rock. So, you mentioned your parents. Like, how your parents? Did they start off coming to your show? Obviously, they're not going to be traveling around the world watching you guys. But did they come to a lot of your shows when you first started, or?
Yeah, it was. Okay. So like, I would always invite them until like we got to this like weird kind of area where like, well, yeah, we weren't playing venues like series, so it was just so crazy. Like you never knew what was gonna happen. So like, hey, Dad, maybe you can take on for this one. I don't know. Like, cool. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, honestly, if I could say one thing that we are super blessed with is like our families are the most supportive since the beginning. Like they've always backed us up, and we've never had something like, you know, like
Right.
like I don't want my son to do anything.
Right.
Like it's always been super supportive, and I know
That's awesome.
don't have that, and that's like I feel like that's a blessing, you know. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
And I talk to a lot of bands, and I am here to tell you, there's a lot that don't have that.
That's huge.
There was one girl that had to sneak out to her first show. She snuck out of her house to go to her first show.
That's like the most rock star shit ever.
Right? Definitely. Okay, so all right, I have another segment where it's called "You Could Tell Mom Anything" because I'm a stage mom, and so I'm going to ask a couple questions so people can get to know you guys as people. And last time I did this, I skipped the wrong one because I'm old. All right, so if you didn't pursue a career in the music industry, what would you have been?
I probably would have been a bum.
Oh, well, that's very good.
I feel like honestly, it sucks because like I love sports, but like I just don't have the body type to be like a basketball player. So I don't know.
Was your answer going to be
Basketball player. But honestly, I don't have the hops. So yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for music, probably I don't know, maybe like
Shows some dedication here that
I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't have it.
I'm pretty sure these guys would know this, but there was one point where I was actually really considering becoming an optometrist just because I really like glasses. How fun to do that. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this. This is way too long to get it like that.
That's amazing. I didn't know
That's funny.
Yeah. I guess for me,
Cowboy.
A cowboy, yeah. No, maybe something that involves like writing your language or like going to law school, like a lawyer or.
Okay. Wow, you guys are totally off you got a bum, an optometrist, and an attorney.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
That is awesome, though. So do you guys have significant others?
Me and Andre. Yeah, Andre and Andy.
No, I'm currently the bachelor in this band, Yeah.
So, do you find it hard being away from them? Are they in Miami, or actually, who knows where they're at? Miami?
In Miami, yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard. We're actually, like, right now, I haven't been home in about 2 weeks now. Cause I went on a family trip, then I was in New Orleans for a family trip, and then flew straight from New Orleans to Boston. So I haven't been home in 2 weeks, and now we have like another 4 days here. Roughly.
Yeah, I was in DC or I was actually in Baltimore yesterday. I was in DC for the past week. My stepbrother had a graduation, so I was there chilling with them. I have a friend. We have a best friend that lives down in DC too. So I went to go say hi to him. And I'm here. But
just living the single life, right? Just living the single life.
I mean, it does get a little hard, just like, cause at least on my behalf, like, I'm like constantly thinking about that and just being apart from that person as usual. And I'm in my we're usually hanging out a lot of the time, but just being away from that happen is just a little rough. But I mean, it makes it worth it once you do like reconnect and get to have that time with them again. So
yeah,
it's also worth the wait, honestly.
Yeah. No, and if it's meant to be, it's all going to work out. So that's the way I look at it. Okay, so if you were a book, or if you were to write a book, what would it be about?
You're the answer. Yeah, you definitely know.
Mine would be a really just crazy, like, sci-fi event.
Okay.
I have a conspiracy theory. I don't think people actually read anymore.
I don't.
Hope. It's a hoax. Everyone, you know what? Books laying around, but I don't see anyone reading them. I just see them on tables.
Absolutely me. I own like 20 books, and I think I've only read one of them. Like out of all of them.
I think I've read one book in my entire life, and I don't even know if I even read the whole thing, to be honest.
Growing up in the internet age, like I have no attention span to sit and read a book.
Yeah.
But if you could write a book, what would you write
If I
about?
had to write a book, I would write a book about. I would write a book about a. I don't know, man. Maybe some like. I write about a cowboy.
You and Calvin. I'm into the murder mystery, so I'd probably write a murder mystery book.
Good one.
That's what I would do too. If I was forced to write a book, yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
No, I just find it so hard to. It's almost like that's the only time I have ADHD. It's like I'm at the very first beginning of the sentence, and then I'm all the way at the end, and I've read nothing in between. And I am that person that gets the email, and I think I've read it, and then I respond, and then I look at the email again. I'm like, oh shit. Mine makes no sense because I didn't read the whole freaking email to begin with. So then I have to respond again and say, oh, I'm so sorry, but I just now reread the email fully. I'm such an idiot. So, yeah, I'm that person. But, yeah, I hate reading.
What? Maybe you haven't found the right book. Maybe that's what it is.
No, I have 46 years of trying to find the right books. I'm just not a reader.
I'll read a page in a book, and my issue is like, I'll read it, and I'll read a paragraph, and then I'm like, I didn't really register any of that, and I have to read it again, and then it's like 5 times you read it over to really conceptualize what it's saying, and then I'm like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens to me. It's almost like you daydream from the beginning of the paragraph to the end, and you're like, what the hell did I just read? Let me read it again. And then you start reading it out loud, thinking that's going to help. It doesn't. It doesn't help at all. So, yeah, reading is for the birds. Anyhow. Okay, guys. So if you could have 3 celebrities for dinner, past, present, who would they be?
I would have Claude Monet. Because
who?
Monet, like the art. Are you talking about?
Oh, Monet, yeah.
Oh yeah, Monet. I think I went to the art museum recently, and his paintings really stuck out to me, and I was like, whoa. I just want to do
they have Did you see Lady with Carousel? They have that there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
him,
National Gallery.
I would have John Lennon. That's
one of mine was going to be Paul McCartney, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. I'll just for the entertainment, I would say Kanye West. To see.
I love Kanye. Hey, I'll admit it. I love him. Guy's got problems. We need medication for him, but I love him.
Yeah. I would want to I don't know. I think he'd be an interesting person talking.
It would be fantastic entertainment.
I'm just going to take 3 specific things down. I really like movies, so I'll probably get Steven Spielberg.
Nice.
Okay.
And then I might have to see what Alex is into for the music one and say Paul McCartney. And then last, let's get an athlete. I would probably get Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. Okay. All right. That's quite a combination. 3 of those together.
Yeah, but besides Paul McCartney, I don't know. I think I would choose. This is my nerdy answer. Carl Sagan.
Who is that?
Carl Sagan. He was basically like a science advocate, but also kind of almost like a modern philosopher. He's no longer with us, but he was a really inspirational person who was he just educated people and was a really good guy. But besides Carl Sagan and Paul McCartney, I don't know if I have a good answer for that next one. Yeah, maybe something like we're into movies too, or an athlete. Yeah, maybe but I mean honestly, maybe someone like Aristotle or someone and just and just show them the modern world and be like, what do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
That would be interesting to know, though. That's true.
Yeah.
What they think of today. Yeah, that's true. I got that, yeah. Okay, so out of your songs, have you written any of these songs about any of your significant others? And if so, which ones are they?
I've written songs about past significant others, so I guess that counts.
Okay. Yeah, that counts.
I think, yeah. I believe. Right? Yeah, certain songs are definitely inspired by people and... Polar Boy? Really? Certain songs have been inspired by people and by feelings that people inspire. Although at the same time, sometimes it can feel like it's almost like sometimes it feels almost like the feeling is like almost its own thing, and like the person might have informed that feeling, but it's something bigger altogether. By the song, and sometimes the song just comes out, and you weren't thinking like this is for that person, but it really is in a way.
Yeah.
So that's definitely been the case. And any song, a lot of our songs deal with interpersonal relationships. So
yeah,
a lot of them have been inspired one way or another by the people in our lives.
That's what's so great, mostly about like internal struggles that I have. Like mostly just stuff that I go through. I feel like that's a good. I mean, I feel like a lot of this is a good way of. It's a good natural therapy method. I feel like just to write about like. I'm always like in a rut with like. I don't know. It's like being stuck in a routine. You know, I don't like that. So usually I write about it, feel better, and kind of like laugh about it.
Yeah.
It's also serves as a pretty good timestamp too. Like sometimes like looking at older songs and stuff, like I'll be like, oh, I was like in that kind of state mentally when I wrote that, and I'm not the same anymore. I can see like maturity, you know.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. We're getting not getting audio from you.
Wait.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, can you hear us? You're good.
I could. Yeah, and I could see all of you now.
I have the camera up against an amp right now, like it's like this.
I figured it was leaning against something.
Yeah. There you go.
We're good. Okay. I see. You only disappeared for a second. What happened? Did the phone fall? What happened?
Probably Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Dead zone. I'm solely relying on the speaker's Wi-Fi right now.
Hey, it's doing good. Okay, so who are your guys' celebrity crushes?
I don't know why, but since a kid, I've always, I don't know why. It might just be because of Superbad or an Amazing Spider-Man, but just to make it short and simple, that'd be one. And Luna, if you're listening to this, I'm really fucking sorry.
Wait a second. Hold on. Move the phone a little bit because it got muffled. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Oh, I gotta do this again.
Right here.
And it's closer.
Yes.
Yeah, so ever since I was a kid, maybe I would probably say Emma Stone. She was in Superbad. Yeah, Spider-Man, and when she was blonde in Spider-Man, I think that's what kind of did it for me too. And I've always had a thing for her. And this goes to a shout out to my girlfriend Luna. I'm sorry if you're listening to this, but I still love you.
There you go.
I was just it's very close. I was feeling. I'm gonna say Anne Hathaway.
Okay,
my nephew is Anne Hathaway. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a safe one. And then I'll just see. Oh, dude. Yeah, Claire's one of them. I think Claire's cute. Yeah, probably.
Who?
Claire. She's like an indie artist.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Dude, oh my god, when I was a little kid, Emma Watson and Harry Potter, bro. Oh my god, dude. When I was like, that was like my biggest celebrity crush growing up.
I think that there a lot of guys think that too, and girls.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah. Yeah. Very.
Okay. All right. So, what are your hobbies outside of music, guys?
I love playing video games. Oh, yeah. You know what? Going back to your question, if I had to choose another career, I would have a video developer. That's what I want.
Wait a second. What? Pick the phone up again.
I said so. Going back to an old question, I changed my mind. If I had to choose another career, I would become a video game developer because I love video games. So that's like my side passion actually. I love.
What's your favorite video game?
For me, it's probably Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, or I like Fallout 3. It's a good game. I like that. That was like
my husband plays Fallout.
Yeah, that's like my childhood. But yeah, those are, I don't know. You guys want to
Hobbies?
game?
Yeah, I mean, I mainly play a lot of video games on my spare time as far as a hobby, and
Miami Heat.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
watching. I watch a lot of TV with my dad on my free time, and then whenever I have the rare chance of doing it, I like playing basketball with these guys too. It's also really fun.
Agreed with what they said. I like, along with Andres, I'll speak for her, and we both like movies a lot. And, like,
Oh, hell yeah.
So, TV, film, I like, I guess I like the news and staying informed. I don't know if that's a hobby, but it certainly takes some time.
Yeah, it does.
So that's something else, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty solid answer.
All right. So if you guys could have one thing for your fans to remember you by, what would it be?
There were some cool ass motherfuckers.
No, but you are, though, so that's a good thing.
Probably that
What you see artistically now is very genuine. Like, I feel like, especially now more than ever, if I could have my fans say anything, it would just be that, like, we're being as real as possible artistically. And I feel like that's important. Anything you do to be original and to be, what is original? But, like, what I mean by that is just, like, be, like, true to yourself, you know?
I mean, I second that. Yeah, I agree. Like,
Yeah.
I, for the most part, I'd want them to remember us as like influential or inspiring in some way that resonates with them as well. Usually, whenever we find fans that have been listening to us for like a while now, and then they just like really pour their hearts out to us, it kind of hits different, to be completely honest. And it's inspiring to us as well, just to see how much we inspire some of our fans. So I think that would probably be my answer as well.
Okay.
I think I would hope that they just remember us as good people.
That's a good thing, though. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, but you guys are some, you're, what did you say? Badass motherfuckers?
Cool. Well, yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
I don't think that's a bad thing to be remembered by either. Okay, this is the last segment, and it's rapid fire. So I'm going to ask you questions, and it's fast. Okay?
Let's do it.
Let's see if you can do it. You ready? I don't know if you want to do it all at once, if you want to just go one by one, if just one of you, whatever you want to do.
We can do turns.
First,
maybe we can do quick.
Okay.
One.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe you go first.
What celebrity annoys you the most?
Ooh.
I know that answer.
You do?
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Interesting.
Look, that Joker performance really made me cringe. I don't like it, so I'm just gonna be honest.
No.
Oh wow.
I gotta tell you, I have always loved him since I was like 16 years old.
Oh my god,
And
I'm so sorry.
I know it's been this 30-year love affair.
I think my answer to I don't know.
No, you don't have to change it, because I actually.
You know who's the worst person in the world? You know who I would punch in the mouth?
Okay.
Ted Cruz.
Okay.
And I consider him a celebrity.
The senator was he a senator, or
He still is.
Ted?
He's
Okay.
like a senator of Texas.
That's what he is. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah.
Like big time. I hate him. So I'll change my answer. Sorry,
But you don't have
Don't take
to,
it
you know,
personally.
because, like I said, no, like I unfollowed him because of this whole cult thing, that he started, like thinking he's so cool and everything, and I'm like, man, why couldn't you just stay the way you were, like making good music? Because he made some good music, he really did, and I think he was a great actor up until Dallas Buyers Club, and then he started to annoy me as well. So I mean, I totally get it. And I unfollowed him because he pissed me off, but I still try to sneak a peek every so often. But yeah, so it's okay. No hard feelings.
All right. Ted Cruz was a pretty good answer, man. I'm not gonna lie.
His voice gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
Okay, so Were you just going to do one of you, and then all right? So the next one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think then it would be on dressing.
All right.
Oh, so it's all
Yep.
of us. Okay, I thought we were gonna do a question each.
Oh, one of us each? Okay, yeah.
Who aggravates you?
Celebrity?
That annoys me the most. I mean, it's really hard for someone to get under my skin like that, I guess. I don't know. I can't even. Celebrity that annoys me the most. Alex, you go. Why? I think. I can't really think right now. This is
I mean,
not
I think of
fun.
a lot of politicians, which is why I don't know if I'm trying to think of something else. But a celebrity like a musician or something. I mean, now that he said Ted Cruz, it's like all I can think about.
That's all you're thinking of.
So that's gonna be my. I'm gonna reach off his answer.
Like mine is Machine Gun Kelly. I can't even. I can't. I just have no time for that.
That's a pretty good one. Do you have one, Andres?
I honestly can't think of anyone, man. I'm so sorry.
Say like.
It's okay.
I'll just say I'll jump on the bandwagon. Fuck Ted Cruz, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We're not fans of Ted Cruz, to be clear.
Apparently, we don't have the Ted Cruz fan club with us tonight. Okay. So, the next one is what scares you most?
Scares?
Yeah, what scares.
I have a recurring nightmare of someone breaking into my house, so maybe robbery. I don't know, like robbers. Like I don't want to ever get mugged. I'm like scared of the day that I'm going to get mugged. I have
That's a good fear. That's a really fear.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever want to like encounter a dude like trying to mug
Dude,
me.
fuck alligators and crocodiles. I don't like those. Yeah, I don't like those. I think those are the only animals that genuinely scare me. Like I don't like being around them. I don't have any interest in them. I think they're scary. They're like, if you think about it, they're like dinosaurs. They're stupid.
Yeah.
Prehistoric.
Yeah.
It's creepy,
True.
dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate alligators and I hate crocodiles. So that's me.
Okay.
I think for me it would probably be like obscene heights. Like I have this recurring nightmare of me like walking in a tightrope, like oh my god, like at a skyscraper height, and that's not a
A
good
tightrope.
one. It's not a good feeling. So
No,
maybe
I'm afraid of heights as well.
yeah.
All
It's
right,
natural.
so
you shouldn't. I think you shouldn't feel comfortable being that high up. You should.
well, you shouldn't feel comfortable walking on a cable either. Like that's
Yeah, you should feel. If you don't feel anxious doing that, then there's something wrong with you.
yeah. Or you're on drugs. Okay, so what is the most useless talent that you have?
I could burp on command, I guess. That's like,
I can too.
oh yeah, let's go.
My family would be like, "Oh God, what's she doing?" Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't used to it, but I could do it. You know.
I can't
Okay.
whistle, but I can do this noise. That's it. I can do that. Like I can actually I can make it do different like. That's really.
I was gonna say whistling, so I am a really good whistler for no reason. That's just something that a gift that was bestowed, I suppose.
One day you'll find the reason behind it, right? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, so what do you feel is the world's worst movie?
I am going to say the movie that I have had the worst.
I think
Wait, no, I wasn't. I have plenty of answers for this question, but I think that the movie that this one I don't know if you remember this, but the worst movie experience I've ever had was Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. That was the worst. That was the worst movie experience I've ever. The context is important. We were trying to get into a rated R movie at the time. We were underage, and they didn't let us get in. They had security at the door, so they were like, "No, you have to go." Because we tried buying a movie for a ticket for a random movie that we weren't going to go see to then like sneak into it. And the movie we had bought was Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. So now me and this group of friends are stuck watching Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, and it was. And look, to anyone who loves the movie, there's no shame in loving it, but it just was not. It's not for me. Absolutely not. It did not laugh once. It was a comedy. It was a really painful, miserable movie experience, and it wasn't even so bad that it was good. It was just
horrible.
horrible. Yeah. So that's mine. That's mine. Also, although The Last Jedi gets an honorable mention as well.
Oh yeah. For me, I remember I watched the Rise of Skywalker, guys, and that was literally the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Like plot wise, it made no sense. I remember this one scene where like it's like Chewbacca gets like he gets like handcuffed and he gets put on a ship, and the ship goes into the sky and it blows up, And I'm like, oh my god, like Tupac is dead. And then he comes back later in the movie, and their excuse, the plot armor for this is, there was another ship. You just didn't see it. There was another ship he went on that didn't explode. And I remember seeing that, I was like, no way. That they just sped me.
It was a fake out for no reason.
It was so bad.
It didn't serve the plot. It was just...
No, the whole movie was horrible. That movie sucked.
No, we're as much as we hate Ted, just like we hate Ted Cruz, we hate
the new Star Wars.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think the only movie I ever like really walked out on with my family was Ghost Rider 2. Yeah, it was. I like the first one, and the first one isn't even amazing.
It was like too demonic.
Yeah, my dad was like super religious, and he was like, "Yeah, this shit is too demonic. Like, I can't have you kids watching this shit." For me, it wasn't even how demonic it was. It was just like how uncomfortably bad it was like to watch. Like I didn't even enjoy it, to be completely honest. I think that's the only movie my family and I ever walked out on because they're like, "Yeah, this is really shit."
I heard Jack and Jill's horrible too, the Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, speaking of Adam Sandler,
awful.
An honorable mention for me is The Ridiculous Six. That movie is absolutely awful. I don't recommend it. I think it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. That means that
is that like a Marvel movie? Or?
No,
it's a Netflix original, right?
The Ridiculous Six. I think it's an Adam Sandler. It's a Happy Madison.
Oh, it is.
It was distributed by Netflix.
Yeah, and it has a 0%. It has
yeah.
a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really impressive because that means that every single critic that watched the movie, not even a single one, could recommend it. Not a single one out of hundreds of critics, which I think is a feat within itself. I think that's commendable.
Did you guys ever see the movie I'm Thinking of Ending Things?
I don't think so.
I'm thinking of ending.
Okay, so go watch that and then get back to me, and then you'll have a new world's worst movie. My daughter made us watch that, and I was like, I can usually suck it up, sit back, have a drink, watch a movie. I couldn't even do it anymore. I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. This is the worst movie I have ever seen. It was the worst. It made no sense. But she thought it was fantastic. So
you know what? I think
what's the cast? Wait, who's like the leading role?
Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's awful. It's absolutely horrible. They're probably embarrassed. They probably removed it.
Really? The parody movie is like disaster
movie,
epic movie.
But those are so bad that it's almost good,
No, those movies are like really bad.
No, yeah, they're horrible.
All right, so maybe I just have a horrible taste because Rotten Tomatoes is 82%. Okay, so it has Jesse Plemons. Do you know who that is? Jesse Buckley, Tony Collette, and David Thewlis.
Oh, that's Tony Collette. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Awful movie. Horrible. Go watch it.
She's an amazing actress, so that's unfortunate.
I mean, the acting was good, but it was just absolutely horrible. Oh, my God. It was awful. It was painful. Absolutely painful. So, yeah. So that was that. Okay. So, anyhow, thinking of anything, go watch it and then DM me and let me know how awful it is. Okay. So, what is the one thing you regret spending money on?
I bought this one video game that I thought all my friends would join me to play. It was a hide and seek game, almost like, but on console called Friday the 13th, which is based off Jason. And basically, someone plays this Jason, and then you have to kill the rest of the players who are hiding in the camp. And if you're a camper, you need to escape. And I remember getting it. Yeah, it did sound like fun, and I remember getting it and asking him, like, "Oh, if I get this game, would you get it with me?" And nobody got the game. I just bought it and never played it, pretty much. So I regret buying that video game.
Yeah.
Were these the friends that you're talking about?
Yeah, I never agreed with that.
To be fair, he hit me up. Already having purchased the game, so it wasn't like I knew he did it. And then like I watched him play, and I was like, I'm not getting this game, dude. And I didn't get it. Still haven't gotten it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Where can I put my money on? Probably like
that was the fastest rapid fire question he answered so far, though. So it hits hard. It hits him really hard.
I was very hard. I would have to say when I got scammed for.
Oh my god, dude!
What'd you get scammed on?
I got scammed buying a PS5 during the initial craze. No, we don't talk about it. So I just made a mistake. It was really stupid.
You learned your lesson.
The moral of the story is I was down $400 and do not buy anything from anyone who is not a certified seller on a trusted website.
He literally bought it off of a random guy on Instagram, and he was like, yeah, $600, send me I'll send you a PS5, and like ghosted them. And like, all of us were like, dude, why did you consult any of us about this? Like, you didn't, it wasn't until after, like, oh, I already, like the moment he told us that, we're like, yo, you're not getting a PS5. It's never coming.
It was a moment of weakness. It was a horrible moment. It was a moment of a brain fart.
Oh my god. Lesson learned.
Probably like, dude,
probably a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I spent some money on that's like so stupid. I would say maybe a
Game you never played.
Cyberpunk, you know?
Yeah, a game you never played.
This game was like a fraud. It was like this game that came out, and it was like...
I think my husband owns Cyberpunk.
It's horrible. The game sucks, and it was like full price, and it was like this revolutionary game, and I bought it. I pre-ordered like an idiot, and then I got it. It was like if the game didn't work. It was super buggy, and like a bunch of people. It was so bad that PlayStation took it off its store because of how like non-functional it was. And I spent a full $60 on it.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Probably also like just some dumb
clothes that you don't wear.
Clothes, like I bought a penny board for some reason. I've never used it once in my life. Like I just bought it.
Everyone had that one penny board.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think that's about it.
All right, so who do you feel is the most overrated musician?
Ooh, that's a little mean. I don't know.
What's overrated? You know what I mean? Probably
Machine Gun Kelly again.
He was overrated. Answer someone who was
I'll say Milli Vanilli just because they didn't really.
They didn't.
Or write anything. So I think that's a safe answer for me. I'm gonna steal that for the fanfic.
You know what? I'm gonna have to jump on that answer.
On the Milli Vanilli.
That's a really good answer.
It was probably an American duo that would sing together. Well, supposedly sing together and write all the music, but they didn't write shit. They won Grammys for it, and then they were caught lip singing.
Lip singing. Yep.
Yeah.
They're from my time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
No? Oh, you got to look it up. Okay, so what do you impulse buy most often at the store?
Impulse buy?
Food? Food is...
Yeah.
Oh my god, every guy tells me food. Every single one of them.
You go... The worst mistake is going to a grocery store hungry. They're just like, I'm going to eat that later. Like, I don't need any of that.
Yeah.
That's the
Probably,
worst.
Also, impulse buy. Yeah, clothes. I mean, clothes are the easy answer. I feel like I always buy. Even though I wear a lot of my clothes to be fair, though. Nah, it's food. It's food.
Probably food.
Yeah.
Food. It's a big portion of our expenses anyway.
You gotta eat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is the best fashion advice you have ever received?
Best fashion advice.
What are you wearing?
And then I thought about everything. I was like, what am I wearing?
And then you're like, never again. Never wearing it again.
My roommate Alex recently, he showed up to a session.
Recently, I think this was a year ago.
No, it was wait, what are you thinking?
Oh, never mind, go.
I was thinking when he showed up in diarrhea colors. He showed up he showed up with diarrhea green polo and diarrhea green brown pants, and it looked you literally looked like a walking nerd.
Well, it was more earthy. It was more earthy.
It was earthy. Yeah, earthy as
I knew you were going to do that.
Manure. Did you ever wear it again after that, though?
You know what? No.
I haven't seen him wear it. I haven't seen him wear it at all.
I think Andy got it insecure.
It was a spur of the moment. It was a spur of the moment thing. I still stand by. I wouldn't. It was just green and brown. He didn't like that.
You know what? To be fair, though, I think I used to. I'm not sure if you remember this, but there was a time in middle school where there were Cookie Monster hats, Elmo hats, in Walmart, and I was rocking a Cookie Monster hat. So I was I've been humbled before, I've had my humble beginnings, and honestly, fashion. I think good fashion advice is just to maybe
don't be so busy, I guess.
And also,
Yeah.
you know what the best fashion advice is? You can rock anything you want. You just have to be confident in it. Like you have to like have some sort of swagger and like just make sure that you're like you're feeling yourself. Because you can. I've seen people rock the craziest shit and they make it work because they just look
they're owning it.
They're owning it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Ultimately, whatever you feel most comfortable in, whatever you like the best. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you were a DJ, what would your DJ name be?
Woo!
I think you have this one. You know this one.
Actually,
Zambreezy.
It used to be Zambreezy, but I went to the museum the other day and I saw this one. It was like a 1300 painting from an Italian guy. And his name was Duccio, and I was like, you know what, man? Like, actually, here's the story. I'll tell you the story. So we found this name Duccio. My friend and I were just like roasting it, kind of funny. Sorry for anyone out there called Duccio. It's just it's a funny name. So and then my friend was like later after the museum, he's like, oh, like, do you guys want to go sit over there? There's an empty bench. And I was like, that also sounds like an Italian last name, like empty bench. So I was like, you know what? If I have a DJ name, my name would be Duccio Empty Bench.
I think it's hilarious. You think empty bench sounds like an Italian name.
Yeah, when you say it like that, they have a fire name. That is DJ Zambreezy.
That is funny.
Pretty good. You have one, Andre?
I don't think I've ever thought of that. I'm gonna come up with something really generic. I'd be DJ Time to Party. That's my
DJ Time to Party.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't put in the necessary thought into my DJ name throughout my life, but
I can't imagine.
In middle school, one of my friends, it's like an ongoing joke that only him and I would understand, but my nickname was Red-Handed, so maybe like Red or Red-Handed would be my DJ.
Okay.
DJ Red-Handed.
DJ Red-Handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uttered it.
And so, why did they call you red-handed?
I was gonna
Were
ask
you
you.
like caught red-handed doing things?
Yeah, it was like a really dumb middle schooly joke about getting caught red-handed. I don't remember how it started, but it just turned into that. And now I just think about that every once in a while. For my, if should I ever have to think about my DJ name, it comes to mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys had one message to give to your fans, what would it be?
Don't stop. That'd be my message. Don't stop believing. Keep going.
Wow, Andres,
That was profound.
That was really in the moment. I would say probably. You know what's funny? If my mom hears this, she's gonna roast me for just saying all the time. She hates when I do that. like, can you stop saying Like, you sound like an idiot. And I'm like, all right, Mom. You know what? Sometimes that's like my way of processing. Yeah. I did it again. But I'm gonna let you take this because I honestly don't know. I want to come up with something that's like meaningful. You know. Take some thought. Food for thought. Yeah.
I think everyone can do a little bit without, like, don't worry about people's perception of you or what you do too much. I think you should really just focus on yourself and don't think too much about, like, whether this is corny or whether this is that or that. Just kind of, I think that can really just, like, be a mental block that is completely unnecessary, and it kind of gets in the way of passion. So don't let anyone tell you that your passion isn't worthy.
That's fast.
Valuable.
Retweet.
Yeah.
Right.
Going off of what he said, I would probably say is the same kind of thing where it's like I feel like I know a lot of people personally that don't pursue certain things or don't live the way they want to live because they've been told that there's a certain way to being successful or like whatever you define or whatever you define as successful. And I feel like what's successful at the end of the day is like I've met people who are really happy just like doing what they love doing, and it's like and like, you know, some people might view it as like not, you know, like you're not probably making a lot of money or whatever, but these people are happy, and I feel like at the end of the day, like that's probably the most important thing, is like to do what you love. And like you're like, a lot of people stress too much, especially people our age, and it's like being in your 20s, like you have so much time to think about like what you want to do and so much time to achieve those goals that like there's never, I think the older I get, the more I realize like this time frame that I set for myself where it's like, oh, like by 24, 25, I want to be a millionaire and I need to be a millionaire, but it's like that, it's unrealistic. And like the truth of it is like there is no time frame to anything. It's like you just have to
You just have to, like, everyone has different paths, and like eventually you'll get there. You just have to work at it, and that's basically what I would tell people. It's like, just keep doing what you love to do, and don't feel stressed or this pressure that's not really that you're just making it in your head. There's no pressure. Like, it's like you're just doing that yourself. There's no time limit to anything. Take your time. Like, love your family, love your friends, tell everyone you love them. You know.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's awesome.
Agreed. Yeah.
It's funny because a question I used to ask and I stopped asking, you just answered. I asked, what is your definition of success? So you kind of answered that for me without me asking. So that was pretty cool.
You know what's something?
The video's lagging.
Yeah, we'll probably get service in a sec. Let me. Just in the background. Oh, let me see if I could. It might be my phone too. That's like kind of overheating. Let me see. Yeah, I'm 13%. Is it even charging?
As long as it's frozen.
Yeah. You know what? We have to. There you go.
Oh,
see,
yeah.
I knew if we stood, it was gonna come back. There you go.
I mean, it's fine.
Wait, can you hear us? Are we good?
I can.
Nice. I
Can
think
you
I was
hear me?
saying something about. Oh yeah, that like. Also, like to musicians that are starting right now too. I feel like something that's really important that I've also learned is like to be a successful musician or like to be a successful artist. Like, people have this idea where you need to be like the next Justin Bieber to be like that's what being a successful artist is. Like, you have to be the biggest in the world, and it's like there's levels to this shit. It's not like as long like there's so many like being a professional and being successful is so obtainable as an artist. You have to like be consistent and like just I don't know. Everyone has a different way of like viewing what their personal artistic success is. And I feel like as long as you're making music that you love or art that you love, and you're able to do it for a living to some degree, like that's you're successful. You're doing what you love. And
I
that's
think
like,
beyond that, even if you don't do it for a living, that doesn't take away from the art. And like, should that be a hobby or whatever? Like, as long as you, I think it's important because there is also the level of at which like once it becomes a job, it kind of transforms. So I think that's important to know too. That it's fine. It's perfectly valid for it to not be a job. And for it to just be a hobby, because ultimately, like, I think you have to be you can't tie your love for the art to like your success with it, like financially, for example. Like, it has to just be something that you do because you love, and should success come financially, and that's fine, and that's great. But that doesn't. It's not gonna ruin your passion for the art should it not happen.
Mm-hmm. Right. You guys froze again, but I could hear you perfectly fine. Your picture froze, though.
Okay, let me try to turn that off and turn it back. Hold on.
You gotta get rid of the battery percentage.
Oh man. Alright, can you see us?
Just in a different frozen. Oh, wait, you're back. Okay. It's fine, because we're just about done. So what do you guys have on the agenda for the upcoming future? What are your goals? What's in the near sight?
A lot. There's a lot. Tomorrow, we about to roll out the whole thing. Tomorrow, actually, this is perfect timing. So we have a tour, our first national headline tour. So we're doing like 19 dates.
Wow.
Yeah. Starting in Seattle, and we're zigzagging the whole U.S.
And when does this start?
September.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And we have stick openers that are going to tag along with, like, we have like 3 openers that are going to do different legs with us, which are going to be fun. We've been working on a lot of music and a lot of art, and that's all going to be revealed tomorrow, or it's going to start tomorrow. And we've kind of taken a pretty decent amount of time off just to focus on all of this and make sure that when we release it, it's like very thought out and not just like rushed, and it's not like, you know, I don't know. So that's what we're doing. We also are most likely going to do our first international show this year.
Wow, where?
It's looking like London is going to be the first.
Oh my God! How exciting!
Yeah,
yes,
so that's gonna be a good time.
That would be so awesome.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be my dream. My dream also is to play in Tokyo. Like, if I ever play in Tokyo, I'm gonna cry. But that's another day. But,
that would be
but
so
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
like,
all
oh my God.
exciting stuff, you guys. Oh my God, I'm excited for you guys. That is so cool.
We're excited. It's cool stuff.
It's our first time. I mean, I've been wanting to tour like this so long, and now it's finally happening, and I'm so excited to just do it. And we're gonna do it with our close homies, and it's gonna be a good time. So yeah, new music coming out soon, and very very soon, like and touring, a lot of touring, lots of touring, music videos, lots of art stuff coming. You know, that's as much as far as I can see right now. But I feel like it's just expect a lot of touring from us, hitting a lot of cities that we've never been able to play before, and in the process of doing that, we're just gonna be releasing a lot of music at the same time. So that's is
South Florida going to be in one of your stops for your tour?
Oh yeah. So
okay, good.
I have a disclaimer. So Miami is not going to be announced on the tour that we're going to announce. It's because we are way more cooler for Miami. Yeah. So
okay,
separate from the national tour.
Yeah, separate stuff from the national tour, exactly. Yeah. So
awesome.
But there is a Florida date in there if people want to go to that one, if they can't wait for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun. And well, also thank you for having us. You are really cool, and you're really awesome to talk to, and I love what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I was so excited when you guys responded back to my message, because I'd been wanting to talk to you guys for a while, and I'm super excited to see what happens. I think there's going to be really big things for you guys in the future, and oh my God, if you guys go to London, I might be in a suitcase. I'm not sure. I might be there though.
You can tag along. Yeah, we're so excited. That would be such a good for us, honestly. Yeah,
they're working it out right now, but it's like a whole playing internationally is a whole ordeal.
Yeah,
so it's way more process right now doing it. But but yeah, no, it's gonna be fun, and
that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
awesome.
This got me amped up. This conversation got me amped up. I'm like, yes.
Good. All right. So, well, I thank you so much for your time. I know you guys are super busy and everything, and I just really appreciate you taking time out of your night and being away and everything. And I'm gonna follow. I'm looking out for your announcements tomorrow. You said tomorrow is gonna be the day that we're gonna find some stuff out. Right?
Tomorrow's the 20th, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Tomorrow we start to kind of like tease and announce things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I will repost whatever you guys post. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Thank you.
It's going to be exciting.
Thank you for having us again. Yeah.
No, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. And you guys have a really nice night, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
You too.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'll
Stay
talk to you
safe.
soon.
I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, I'll see you at a show.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
I've been falling deep in your world. Ask me so I showed her the world.